Hello students, I welcome you all on our YouTube channel. I hope you all are well. Myself KK Pankaj on your screen. Dear learners, today we'll study English literature and the topic is A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal. Dear learners, before we begin today's topic, I would like to remind you all that if you haven't subscribed our YouTube channel, please subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive the further notifications. So let's begin today's topic. About the poem. The poem A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal was composed by William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth was an English romantic poet. He was born on 7th April 1770 in Cumberland, England. His father's name was John Wordsworth. His mother's name was Anne Coxon. He married to Mary Hutchinson and he became poet laureate in the year 1843. Some of his major works are given below. Now we will discuss difficult words of this poem with their meanings. Slumber. Slumber here is the deep sleep. Seal. To finalize something. Earthly years. This physical life, we can say earthly years are physical existence of human life. Next, motion. Movement. Diurnal. Occurring daily. Course, way or system. The poem A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal was composed by William Wordsworth in 1798 and published in 1800 in the edition of Lyrical Ballads. Dear learners, it is usually included as one of his The Lucy poems. This poem is a very short poem. It has 8 lines divided into 2 stanzas. So let's read the poem and understand it. A slumber did my spirit seal. This is the title that has been repeated in the first line. A slumber did my spirit seal. Here the poet expresses the grief over the death of his loved one. The poet expresses that a deep sleep has stolen over his soul. He feels sleep that is silence and it has sealed his spirit. We can say that the poet is full of grief and regret that he had taken things for granted and did not fear the fact that one day death could separate him from his beloved. I had no human fears. He expresses that he had no fears, no realization, and doesn't fear death. She seemed a thing that could not feel the touch of earthly years. She is here Lucy. We can say she is the beloved of the poet. Although her name is not mentioned here, but William Wordsworth composed many Lucy poems where he mentioned the name Lucy. Here he is addressing Lucy, as the poet expresses his grief over the death of his loved one. His beloved seemed a thing. She could not feel anything. She could not feel the touch of earthly years. The poet expresses that the earthly years or fears seemed to have no effect on his beloved. It can also be said that the passing of time will no longer affect her. Next line. No motion has she now, no force, she neither hears nor sees. The poet expresses here his feelings that there is no motion in the body of his beloved, as death has come over her. She could neither hear anything nor sees anything. Rolled round in earth's diurnal course with rocks and stones and trees. Here the poet expresses that she is a part of nature. As she has been buried in the earth, she is the part of it and will assimilate with rocks, stones, and trees. As the earth completes its daily course of activity in its rotation with rocks, stones, and trees, so does his velvet. The poet expresses that his velvet will live forever. Now we will discuss about rhyme scheme of the poem. Before discuss about rhyme scheme of the poem, we must know about rhyme. Rhyme. Words that end with the same sound running in two lines. Now look at these lines. Here you can say at last seal, feel, fears, ears, force, course, seize, trees. So here seal rhymes with feel, fears rhymes with ears, force rhymes with course, seize rhymes with trees. So rhyme scheme, the pattern of rhymes in a stanza in a poem. Now we will discuss about poetic devices used in this poem. So first we know about poetic device. Poetic devices are a form of literary device used in poetry. Poetic devices are tools that a poet can use to create rhythm, enhance a poem's meaning. A poetic device is different from ordinary expressions. Some poetic devices are given here, such as simile, metaphor, personification, alliteration, oxymoron, etc. Poetic devices used in the poem. First, alliteration. So, what is alliteration? It is a repetition of initial consonant sounds in the same line. Look at this line. A slumber did my spirit seal. So, slumber, sa, spirit, seal. You can see sa sound is repeating. Slumber, spirit, seal. Next, rolled round. Here ra sound is repeating. Rolled round. Next, repetition. Repetition of words, phrases in the same line. No motion has she now, no force. So no, here no. Next, enjambment. It is a poetic device used in poetry to refer two lines that end without punctuation and without completing a sentence or clause. She seemed a thing that could not feel the touch of earthly ears. You can see it. This is first line and second line started without any punctuation mark. Now we will discuss about question answers of this poem. First, what actually is slumber here? Dear learners, a slumber here is the deep sleep. We can say it is the body condition when one experiences it. Dear learners, these questions are here. You also try to answer these questions. Next question, explain. I had no human fears. Take time and reply. Good. And its answer is I had no human fear means that the poet did not fear the physical fears when he experienced his sleep. When he experienced this sleep. Next, How has the poet's willward become an integral part of nature? Take time and reply. Good. The poet's willward has become an integral part of nature and its objects. As seas rolled now in the nature's system, seas merge with trees, stones, and rocks. Next and last question. Who composed the poem A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal? It's very easy. Good. The poem A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal was composed by William Wordsworth. Thanks for watching this video.